Hey friends, it's your old pal SVH here, having a very amazing hair day as you can see, and coming at you live from my studio spot here in North Hollywood, where I'm about to share with you today's Daily Nugget. Alright, today's Daily Nugget comes from the Gayan, Notes from the Unstruck Music. This is by Hazrat Inayat. And I looked through a couple of different phrases today and was not really sure, what direction I wanted to go, but there was two books in particular that I picked up. I found a phrase in both. This was the second one I picked up, and as soon as I read this, I was like, oh yeah, it's on. This is a good one right here. So here we go. Today's Daily Nugget from Hazrat Inayat Khan from the Gayan. The hereafter is the continuity of the same life in another sphere. The hereafter is the continuity of the same life in another sphere. Now, we've been talking a lot lately about other spheres, about other dimensions, about other planes of existence, other timelines. All these words have been used. The way I understand timelines myself personally is planes and dimensions. There's other planes of existence that exist alongside this plane of existence that we're on right here, and they overlap. They share the same space in time. I want to say in time, but time doesn't really exist, right? So they share the same space and time, and but they don't collide in such a way. And I think we're in a position now where we're starting to see these different planes and dimensions collide, and we're feeling the effect of that energetically, right? So the hereafter is the continuity of the same life in another sphere. So another sphere, to me also, another realm, is the mental realm, right? And we have these, I talked about this in one of my previous videos, where I talked about the soul's journey and how we start as angels, and we come from the angelic plane into the plane of the jinn, and then from the jinn sphere into the material world. And then as we, progress from the material world, we return back to through the jinn onto the angelic planes and the heavenly realms. And so, with that being said, what do we take with us to the hereafter? What of us really goes to the hereafter? If our body dies off, what carries on? Well, they say the spirit carries on, right? Well, or the soul, the spirit or the soul. Some people see them as the same. Some people see them as different. I think they're different. I think the spirit and the soul, are overlapping, almost one and the same. But there's different, what's the word I'm looking for? There's real different, minute differences to both. To where spirit and soul, I think, have a little bit of differences to where they overlap, but in my own assessment, I would consider them slightly different. So when I think of the mental, what carries on after in the hereafter or the afterlife, what carries on is what we've created here. So we've created a vibration for ourselves here, right? Our soul has a vibration. It vibrates at a certain frequency. I talk about this all the time. Also, our thoughts and our feelings have a certain vibration that they carry, okay? And Murshid Hazrat Inayat Khan talks about our thoughts and feelings create our atmosphere, right? And they create for us the success or the failures that we have in life. But it's not just in this life. It's beyond, because once the body falls away, the soul moves on. The soul still has that mental realm. All the things that we've brought in our mind, all the conditioning, all the things that we've spent our time focusing on and putting our attention on, is still alive, very much alive, and very much with us. And it goes out into this dome, and it reverberates, and it continues to grow and expand. And this is why we have to be really careful. I talked about vibrations yesterday, about our words and our thoughts, and just how we are, what we put out there in a vibratory frequency is really important and really crucial to what we experience in our life now and beyond. So Sorry about that. Had a little glitch there. I was leaving off saying the hereafter is the continuity of the same life in another sphere. So when I say continuity, it's not like the same hell that you go through here, same job, same boring this, same, like things like that aren't necessarily what's continuing. It's not like you're going to go, if you hate your job here, driving a trash truck, you're going to be stuck driving a trash truck in the hereafter. That's not the idea. But, and I'm not saying anything against anybody that drives a trash truck. I got a friend that drives a trash truck, and he loves that job. The hereafter is the continuity of the same life in another sphere. The same life, because what is life? Life is the soul. Life is the divine. Life is that connection. We are the ray of the sun, right? God is the sun. We are the ray. We are part of that divine light. So the continuity of that connection to the divine is what we hope to carry on, right? That's what we hope is in our hereafter. So, yeah, I mean, it's important that what you carry in your heart and in your mind is where you want to be in life, So again, it's the law of attraction. It's the secret. It's all these things. Focus on what you want. Focus on where you want to be as if you're already there. And when you think of heaven and you think of the life hereafter, think of it as that beautiful, glorious, streets of gold, pearly gates. Think of it as all those things, but think of what you want to be in that space. Do you want to be, the same old humdrum, going through life, depressed, I'm sad, nothing's good for me? Do you want to carry that on in the hereafter? Be sitting around on streets of gold, pity partying for yourself? Hell no. You want to be kicking up and partying and having a good time and being proud of the fact that you woke up in this lifetime to what your reality could be in the next lifetime. And I think that's about all I've got to say about this today. So, want to thank everybody again for tuning in. Really appreciate all the great feedback I've been getting about the Daily Nugget. I love doing these. I know sometimes they're really focused. Sometimes they're all scattered and all over the place. But I just feel it in my heart to try to share a little something every day. And I just bring it, and I bring it real. It's just who I am. Some days I'm on, some days I'm off. But days like today, I definitely have great hair. So that's always going to be a given. So appreciate you guys. If you're watching this on one of the collective super channels, please go over to my YouTube page, youtube.com/thesvh, and go ahead and hit the like and subscribe. Hit the old ding dong button there so you get the notifications when I put these things up. And I sure do appreciate you. Much love and blessings of love and light to you, my friend. Have a good night.